Win the game, but not the title. Not meant to be. They fall just short. It will sting, it will hurt. They have given everything. A team with so much to be proud of. But Manchester City once again proved too tough to beat. Top flight champions for a fourth season in a row. But just listen to this from the Arsenal supporters, who are defiant in defeat.
Yeah, fantastic. Mikel Arteta and the players getting the reception they deserve. Win, lose or draw today, I just think they've had a fabulous season, I really do. More progression. Yes, they'll be disappointed. They've kind of fallen at the final hurdle, if you like, against Adam, one of the greatest sides we've seen in possibly ever, to tell you the gospel truth, in these shows. So there's no disgrace in that. Fabulous year for Arsenal, I think. Obviously a disappointment not winning anything, but as I say, a good account themselves in the Champions League and a fantastic run in the league.
What an effort it has been, acknowledged by their supporters. They really have put in so much, they've gone so close. But congratulations to Manchester City, top flight champions for a fourth season in a row, a feat never achieved before. We should remember in the history of English football, true greatness is theirs. But Arsenal have pushed them right till the last. Full time here then at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Everton 1.
It was a befitting end to the 2023-2024 EPL season, where Pep Guardiola's Manchester City once again dominated the EPL, winning it 4 times in a row, making sure that the record of Sir Alex Ferguson of Manchester United, to which he won it 3 times in a row, 2006-2007, 2007-2008 season, and 2008-2009 season, was totally eclipsed. It was Phil Foden who opened the goal scoring account in as early as the first 10 minutes of the first half before Manchester City ran riot. Though Mikel Arteta's Arsenal were able to get all 3 points against Everton, but it wasn't enough for them to topple City side to the trophy. What's next for Mikel Arteta? This is the time that we all thought he ought to have won it after 93% over holding to the top spot, but he never won it. A very good evening to you and yours. So welcome to the first edition of the show Sport Lounge for the week, reaching you live from the studio of Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Of course, you know how we do it when it is 4 p.m. Exactly at that time, it is Sport O'Clock. The Sport crew of VOP make sure that your evening time is complete as we take you around the ever busy, exciting, electrifying world of sport. My name is Franklin Imona, but you know me as Uncle Fineboy, the sports chef, because I love talking sport right from the nation's capital and beyond, dishing it to you hot and spicy, and it's fun. It's just style. Come on the show today. It is not a one-man team. It is a full ass, but we've got a new face on the show. Pay attention, guys. You will certainly be listening to his voice more often. He goes by the name of Paul. What a mouthful. I hope he forgives me if I do not murder the name. Paul Igwewaya LA. Perhaps he can do the honors and say the name himself. A fantastic time on the show. Good to have you join me to talk sports this evening.
Good evening, sport fans. Good evening, Abuja. The name is Paul Igwewaya Elei. It's nice talking sports with you.
Absolutely, you heard that voice is so cool and calm, just like Pep Guardiola after winning that trophy. Hopefully, we get to hear more of this voice often. The sport bishop is cut up somewhere. He will join me as the show progresses. Come on, we have so much on our back this morning. We will be taking you to the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, where it was the Flamingos who put 6 goals past their opponent, as well as the Golden Eagles under 17 boys who made sure that they were able to get the win against their opponent over the weekend. And of course, how it went down in the Nigerian Beach Soccer League, as well as the Nigerian Women's Football League. We hear the game is currently ongoing. I will be taking you straight to the Samson Siasia Stadium in Yenagoa to let you know how that one is currently going. Of course, I will be taking you around the world of sport, as well as the local scene is concerned. All right, let's get into the show proper, as we let you know that it is a nothing show but good times. Come on, let's go over to the local scene. Alright, so where should we start from, if not from the Nigerian Nationwide League, the NNL, as we hear that Sokoto United have finally unveiled a brand new coach for the team, following the suspension of coach Mansour Abdullahi, popularly known as Aboki coach, as the head coach of Sokoto United. The club has announced Peter Ajani as the club's new gaffer. Abdullahi left the club after having unending issues with the management, according to report, but then he had to call it quits with the team, talking about Sokoto United. But he has come out to blame the sport commissioner for his sack at Sokoto United. I caught up with him, coach Mansour Abdullahi, and this is what he had to say following that unsavory incident that happened at Sokoto United. Hear him talk to us.
Yes, they have not achieved what they want to achieve, and it's the only club I coach that I have to shed tears. A lot of things happen, but I remain focused as a manager, because we are trying to manage crisis. And at the end of the day, today the team have qualified to go for the NNL NPFL playoff. Last year, the same team played for NNL relegation. This time around, the team is playing for NNL NPFL promotion. I give God the glory and to remain focused. Though with the letter they gave me, they say I'm suspended till further notice. But I won't wait for their further notice, and I'll take a stand, and I've already taken a stand. I'm not going back to Sokoto. Even if they call me today, I won't go back. That is just it.
Coach, you have been a veteran in this game and you helped Sokoto United qualify for the playoffs. What's your plan moving forward?
Well, this job, it comes as it's coming. We pick it. This is not the first time for me to be involved in a team promotion. In 2006, I did it when I was a technical advisor of Olga Queens in Bonny Island, and the team promoted to play in the Premier with Nigerian Women League. In 2015, I was also involved with Plateau United as an assistant chief coach. But that very season, there's no team I didn't watch before we play. We get the result. Today, Sokoto United, I was there as a technical advisor. And today, I'm by their letter. Even before the letter, it's good for the audience to know. One of the reasons is that they don't want me to coach Nigeria, to coach national teams, but I told them I cannot do that. And sometimes they say this player should not play a game. I stood my ground. We must get the high quality players, and I'm a disciplined person, so I have done my part. Now we wait. If any offer come along the way, I will not hesitate to grab it.
All right, thank you, coach. We appreciate all the best moving forward.
Absolutely, all the best moving forward. Coach Mansour Abdullahi speaking following that suspension, to which he said, I will not wait until the suspension is over. Even if Sokoto United calls me today, I will not go back. But it's obvious that Sokoto United have gotten themselves a new gaffer in the person of Peter Ajani. One man that joined me on the show this evening after a very, very busy one. Good to have you join us to talk sports, Sport Bishop.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, fine boy. So you already know I've been following the show as I tried my best to get here on time. But there's something we need to look, especially this case you're talking about. I think it's been an issue with Nigerian football for a very long time.
True.
And it's becoming a recurring decimal that coaches can't be independent on their own. They must be influenced to make decisions left, right, and center. How do you tell a man who is likely to get a job in the national team and has been there before, saying it all, done it all, telling him that you cannot get a national team job if you want to be in charge of a team, not even in the MPFL, a team as low as the NNL, it's like School United. They forget the assistant coach of the MPFL was the assistant coach in the Super Eagles.
True.
And there was no hustle until he became the main coach, and he had to let go of the job for someone else to take over. So for me, it is right to take up jobs in the national team as far as it does not interfere with his job. This is a man that got you a ticket to the Super 8. What land Sokoto United get to the Super 8?
I can't remember. To the playoffs.
Absolutely. So what's the whole
Sport Bishop, should this be the case of a C finish in our local language?
It could be. It could be. Maybe the view is the fact that he plays in how would I use the exact? I'm trying to get the right word to use. The fact that he plays, he's always in the national scene. When it comes to the under 17, under 20, and it's one of the biggest names we know when we talk about cadet football here in Nigeria. They're quite scared. No influence. This man I just left a job at the under 17 level. So it is what it is. You suspend a coach for why? For deciding not to pick a player you told him to pick. You should be happy that with the fact that he's not even picking your players. You're in the Super 8. That should be the commendation. Oh, I mean, the Super 8, we are doing so well. Everything is going fine. Everything is going seamlessly. Then why all these whole
hula baloo? Absolutely. Away from Coach Mansour, we wish him all the best moving forward. As for Sokoto United, under the tutelage of Peter Ajani, we hope that Sokoto United gets to its lofty height as it wants to be. Let's move over now to a much more balanced, happy coach. Talking about the coach of the Nigeria under 17 Flamingo team. It was full of excitement over the weekend following that decimation of Burkina Faso. We hope to establish connection with the coach of the team, Coach Bankole Olowokere. As I told us that definitely we just need to talk to him to get his feelings. This man has been celebrating, he has been resting following that 6-0 thumping of Burkina Faso. One woman was responsible for an hat-trick, another one got a brace, talking about F Young, but then substitute Ramota was also on the score sheet. Still trying to establish a connection with Coach Bankole on the show. Sport Bishop, you were there. Absolutely. You saw the game live. You had some good times with the players as well as the coach. Tell us firsthand, how was the feeling at the stadium?
I think the players started a bit nervously. No influence when they played the 1-0 draw in Bamako, Mali. They were not really, they didn't come out blazing like they would always used to because of that bleep. To consider going to the 85th minute in the first leg of an encounter tells a whole lot of story. But let me be sincere to the players, they grew into the game. Many of the mistakes came in, and Chidi Harmony, Chidera got that goal late in the second half. And of course, it opened up the floodgate. They got the second goal before halftime. Courtesy that beautiful finish. She practically scooped the ball into the back of the net. She was staggering, but she found a way to use her left foot to get that ball past the goalkeeper. And then in the second half, it was Chido Harmony all the way. Beautiful brace. Second half to cap up her hat-trick. F Young on target. Ramota Lai, a player who came in from the bench as well, came in and also got a goal. And it was a 6-0 victory. I think it could have been worse if not for the goalkeeper of Burkina Faso. I think she was their best player in both legs. She kept them in the game for as far as she could. But the superiority in our player and the fact that we've got players who are a bit more hungry, who are a bit more talented. And if you listen to Olowokere, the players were quite calm, Before the game, you could see them singing, clapping, chatty. Olowokere, always the calm figure. And on the day, they got the job done. 6-0, but Chidi Harmony, what a player she has been. She's got 3 goals on the night, like we did say. 9 goals so far in the World Cup qualifying round as we speak. And the way it's going, she may be the golden boot winner in the qualifying round. And also, when we get to the World Cup proper, she could be the big threat. We now know we thought we were playing Senegal, but
Liberia
did the unthinkable.
Absolutely, from a 3-1 goal down.
Rufai won by 2 goals to 0 and have qualified on the away goal rules. So we're playing Liberia next, and that's going to be the final hurdle. If Nigeria will play the under-17 World Cup that will taking place in Dominican Republic later this year, they have to get past Liberia over 2 legs. We hear that Liberia would host them on the 8th of June, when they return leg at the MK Abila to them again. This has been a slaughter ground for all our women national
especially team. The women team.
1 week later. So wait and see how this, but I'm very confident Nigeria will be at the World Cup come the start of the Under-17 World Cup in Dominican Republic.
You should. Let's talk to our guest in the studio, Mr. Paul. Over the weekend, we saw the winner for the Flamingos team. How did you feel knowing that this team actually played a 1-1 draw in their first leg against Burkina Faso in Mali? Coming back to Nigeria, it was a whitewash. How did you feel? Were you comfortable, or did you see the scoreline of a 6-0?
That was really fascinating to watch, actually, because they really did their best. I think from the first leg, like playing a 1-0 draw, and coming to the second leg in that huge victory, I think it was all about the determination for them. They were really determined. They know what they are chasing, and they just like put out a good show for the fans. So kudos to the coach.
Absolutely.
Kudos to the players for giving their all. So
we know Coach Bankole was very, very confident in that game. He said it is either win or nothing. We are not looking at a lose. We are not looking at a draw.
I think kudos has to be given to some certain group of people, and I'll do that quickly because I'm not one who loves that, but I'm more or less the controversial one. But I'll do that today. Certain Alhaji Ibrahim Gusso. I think women football has become impeccable, because at some point we thought we were wobbling and we're getting out of it, at the cadre level. But now it looks like under 20 World Cup qualified, got to the finals of the All African Games, under 17 on their way through. Super Falcons have qualified for the Olympics in 16 years,
as well as the All African Games that was held in Accra, Ghana.
Even the men as well got to the final of the African Cup of Nations under his first reign as the NFF president. Just by the skin of their teeth, missed out against the host Cote d'Ivoire. So I don't know what he's doing with the sport. The MPFL is getting better. We can commend the MPFL.
True.
The NWFL is getting better, because if you look at the team that played this on the 17 game, majority of them played in the NWFL or the league below it. Chidi Harmon is from Imo Striker. We've got this young.
We got 2 players from Remo Queens in the Flamingos.
3 of the players play for Nigeria Hotels. That is talking about Favor Edward playing in that game. We've got Aishat playing there as well, and then also not forgetting the solid man in the Adebayo, Juma, also a Nigeria Hotels as well. So the league has produced this thing, and kudos has to go to Madam Kechobi, the chief operating officer or the chief executive officer of the NWA, for the chairperson, because she was one thing she said when she came. She said women rising, and I must assure you that women football has risen under her.
Of course, your calls and your contribution must rise on the show today. 070-0010-961-961, 070-0010-961-961. Keep your calls coming, keep your comments coming, as well as a contribution on WhatsApp. Call, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp text message. We will definitely give attention to your voice. Also on YouTube, you can drop your comment there. The address that still remains, Voice of the People 96.1 Abuja. That is VOP 961 Abuja. Just so you know, we are also streaming live on our Radio Garden app. Do well to go there, download the app if you do not have it, and when you do a search for VOP 961 Abuja, and you will be connected live to the studio. Alright, so let's talk about the other team, Sport Bishop, that did absolutely well over the weekend. Talking about the Golden Eaglet, Coach Agarba Manu has come out to say that away from the Nigeria Republic game, we are going to focus on Togo and we are going to beat them and beat them silly. Recall that in their first game it was a goalless draw against Burkina Faso, and over the weekend, courtesy of that man that can't just stop proving is showing himself and proving a point that he is the player that we should watch out for, the captain of the team without thumping either to get the team the much needed goal, and it ended 1-0 in favor of Nigeria. But then coach has come out to say that Togo is the team that we should focus on. It is win or nothing more. The game will be coming down on Wednesday at exactly 4 p.m. if I'm not mistaken with the time. We'll definitely confirm the time for you, but it seems that this man is just one game at a time. Burkina Faso done and dusted, Nigeria Republic done and dusted, and up next is Togo.
Anyway, a beautiful goal there from Rafa Adams, a powerful header in the 31st minute. I was watching the game while I was in the studio. I was giving them the update here during Super Sunday Sport Live on Sunday. The goal was scored early in the first half, 31st minute. And then, but let me be sincere with you, it wasn't smooth sailing. I watched that game. No, it was end-to-end stuff.
There was a red card in that game.
In the second half of that game, Nigeria played at least 27 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. One man down. But the good thing is that they found the grit to stay put, to hold up, and ensure that at the end of the day, they cleaned up the results, which is more important, getting all 3 points on the back. So I love the fact that Madu Gaba is not resting on his all, he's not sitting on the victory as, oh, we have won the game. No. He's now moving one step further. What's the plan? To push further and try and get the team to to win the next game. He knows that Burkina Faso has got 4 points. He also has got 4 points. A draw in the last game will be enough to take him to the next round. But I love the fact that he's looking for a victory. He gets a victory, he gets all 3 points. And now we know we are one match away of qualifying for the Africa Under-17 Nations Cup. And then we can then begin to think about the Under-17 World Cup. But at least, like he said, Nigeria has got a team that is enough in his body that was going to win it. It's enough to get us a ticket to the Africa Under-17 Nation. When they come out, they continue the rebuilding phase. But so far, so good. The boys have kept good account of themselves. And they played a goalless draw. Meaning that the defense is quite tight and solid. They have not considered the goal or competition. They've scored one. But the kudos have to go straight to the captain of the team. It's a 1-year-old boy, Cletus. The boy has won the man of the match in 2 consecutive time.
True.
The captain of the team, just number 10. I think we should be proud of the boy. I know a lot of people say, oh, before they left, the issue with that, are they there or they're not there? But the captain Cletus has kept his own, and I think it's one of the better performances we've seen so far. Talking about the games that went down, so I'm really happy. I'm super confident with the team, and I'm to be sincere with you. I think the guys will get at least enough to get up to the semi-final, and then we'll take it one game at a time.
Full-time results in the game that is current that has gone. Talking about the concluded game between Edo Queens and Rivers Angels in the Nigerian Women's Football League Super 6 playoff. Edo Queens had to fall following that that win in their opening game. They were defeated by Rivers United by 2-1. The game currently ongoing. It is second half. Still, no goals have been scored between Atlant Queens and Confluence Queens. It is still goalless in that one. But come on, Sport Bishop, what happened to Edo Queens? Was it over excitement following that 5-1 thumping of Confluence Queens? And now they had to play. They have to play at a defeat. So Rivers United, who drew their first game goalless against host State Bayelsa Angels.
Absolutely, Edo Queens, like you did say, High Heavens winning by 5-1. But to lose to Rivers United is something we expect. Rivers are one of the biggest teams in Africa. But they've been to the CAF Women's Champions League, one of the biggest teams in the land. All the goals were scored in the first half. Florence Alexander, and of course an own goal by Valentino Rocco for Rivers United. But the MMSM put one back for Edo Queens, but they couldn't peg themselves back into the game. They recorded the loss, their first loss of the competition. But for Rivers United, they keep their unbeaten run going. If you look at what went down as well, I thought about the Nigerian Women Football League, you would have realized that, of course, that even the game that was going down, the strong game of the match, we know that was also a tight game. I must tell you, that was going down where it was 2-1 at halftime in the game between Edo Queens and Rivers Angels. That game finally ended 2-1 again. So we should keep our fingers crossed. I'm really happy with what's going on at the moment, and the best is that the league is doing well. Wait and see, but no, by this time we would have said, oh, this is the team that will win the NWFL, but we can't say that anymore.
Absolutely.
For the past 2 CAF Champions League, we've had different representatives. I don't say we cannot have another one at the moment. So we've got Bayelsa Queens, we've got Edo Queens. These are top players, and if you check it, some of them have players who have played for Nigeria at international level, and that's something we need to commend. So I'm really happy how things are panning out, and then we'll see how things go. But so far so good. It's absolutely amazing. Hopefully we get to reach out to one of our colleagues who is over there in Bayelsa watching the game live, astute sport journalist, and she'll be speaking to us all the way from Bayelsa, giving us in-swinger on what's happening in that ground. We hear that Rivers United, after their draw, we're giving some cash money. Maybe that money has paid dividends. By the Commissioner of Youth and Sport, 2 million naira, remember? So Barrister Chris Green was the man who did that. So we'll wait and see whether other people who have received money too, the money has paid due dividends.
Talking about money, the likes of Nasarawa Amazon, despite what Nasarawa State FA did for them, they fell to Bayelsa Queens by a lone goal. It seems that they have not really gotten their act right so far in the playoffs.
Okay, that's an issue. I see, and that's one thing I like about the Women League. It's not as if it's not predictable. You could say they haven't gotten their act together. But let's also talk about the emergence of other teams. You know, there's some teams that we know these are the perennial winners: Bayelsa United, Delta Queens, Rivers Angels. These are the names we used to know. But this time we've heard of Remo Queens.
Remo Queens.
We've talked about other teams coming up to the plate. We talked Edo. Who would have believed that Edo would beat Confluence Queens by 5-1? It was emphatic.
We didn't see that coming.
Exactly. So it tells you that as much as the so-called big teams are not stepping up to the plate, the smaller ones are coming up as well, which is very key and important for us. So we'll see how things pan out.
Absolutely.
But, we hope and pray that it brings the required result. I know let the best team represent Nigeria at the WAFU qualifier, and then the CAF, and then hopefully maybe at some point we'll see the first Nigerian team to win. You know, as a point I was bragging that Nigeria, when it comes to the CAF Champions League, that the first 5 CAF Champions League, Nigeria will win it in a row. But how many have played now? Is it 2?
You were humbled.
I was really humbled. I was quite humbled.
All right, before we get to the CAF Confederation Cups that was played over the weekend, we would definitely come to that. Let's quickly give you the roundup of the Nigerian Beach Soccer League as the curtain fell over the weekend following those exclusive games that went down. But quickly looking at how the table looks like, a Kebbi Beach Soccer Club actually finished with 22 points, topping the table. Haven't played 10 games, they won 7, losing just 2. And then they also drew none. Looking at Kada Beach Soccer Club, they also finished second with 19 points after 10 games.
We'll come back to that quickly. Sorry, we've got someone all the way from Bayelsa Yenagwa, where the Super 6 is ongoing, like I did tell you. I'm talking about, she's an astute sport journalist, a YouTuber as well. I'm talking about no other than Itoro Jimmy. Itoro, first of all, good evening to you and welcome to Sport Lounge.
Good evening, Nonso, and how are you doing today?
I try. Now, give us through the rundown. I'm also here with Uncle Fine Boy, known as Franklin the Mona. The name is Christian, but anyway, it's Fine Boy. We can stick with Fine Boy. Now, let's go. What's going down? We have one game has been done and dusted in the second match, day 2 of the NWFL. Edo Queens condemned to their first victory. Rivers United continue their unbeaten run, and the second game is ongoing as we speak. So, talk to us. Give us an update from Bayelsa.
Well, no, so it's been a very, very interesting day in Bayelsa. First things first, I must tell you that the games today started on a very, very, should I say, very rainy day. It was a very rainy day today. The game started at about 5 minutes past 10 a.m. It rained, should I say, 35 minutes into the first half of the first game. That was the game between Nasarawa this morning, and at the end of the day, well, it was a very, very interesting game. Going back to Rivers Angels, oh my goodness, that game was a blockbuster. They came back into this competition, and right now I must tell you they are blazing. And another thing about the Rivers Angels team is that they got another promise of 2 million naira. Yes, another encouraging boost from the Commissioner of Sports from Rivers State. Yes, Barrister Chris Green was here, and the girls were given that sort of motivation. And the last game has been done and dusted. That was a game between Heartland Queens and Confluence Queens. Yes, Confluence, they lost 5-1 to Edo Queens in the first on the first day. Yeah. But today they were able to come back into the competition. Yes, they defeated Heartlands Queen 2-0. I tell you, 2-0 it ended. Yeah, they got a penalty First by it was scored by Merit of four, and their second goal was scored by Feromi in the 87th minute, and the game is done and dusted right now.
Okay, so you want to really tell us that 2 games have been done and dusted already? The 2 games are done and dusted already, right?
Yes, yes. It's actually 3 games.
Okay.
It's actually 3 games.
Give us
yeah,
the full
Merit.
result of the 3 games quickly.
Yeah, so the second game for the day was the second game of the day was actually between Rivers Angels and Edo Queens.
Yeah.
And then the first game of the day was between Bayelsa Queens and Nasarawa.
Amazon.
And yes, yeah, Nasarawa Amazons actually lost the game, and Bayelsa Queens won. Yes, they won. And of course, it was a late goal as well. The game was scored by the goal was scored around 90 minutes. I tell you, by Messi. Yes, by Messi Itimi.
Okay.
That's the name of the goal scorer. Yeah, Messi Itimi scored in the 90th minute. That was how the games went today. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to move my things. That's why you can see there's still some noise around here. So I'm trying to move my things so I don't lose my laptop or anything. Okay. So because the game just wrapped up. Yeah. So sorry about the movement.
Go ahead.
All right, quickly, Itoro, looking at how the ladies have played their football so far, from your own point of view, who do you think should be the team that will win the Super 6?
What you've seen so far?
Well, from what I've seen so far, Rivers Angels came prepared. I would have said Edo Queen stood a chance, but after their game today with
Come on, it just won the feed. It just won the feed. Come on.
What is it now? You guys should just be calming down. You asked me, and let me tell you. Okay, so yeah, because really the Rivers Angels actually played today. The Rivers Angels really played very, very well today. The first game was between the host Bielsa, and they played out a 1-0 draw on the very first day of the tournament. And today they picked themselves up. So I was kind of surprised that Conference Queens could actually come back into this game. I mean, after losing 5-1 to Edo Queens on the first day, although I know that their keeper was with the Flamingos. That's talking about the national under 17 team. So they. Yes. So she came back today, and of course, Rivers Angels too also have a boost in their team because some of their players too were also in the Flamingos camp. So most of the players that were already out of it, their teams have actually come back into their teams. And so today we had a more intense game. I tell you, it was a very, very interesting game. So we're looking out for game day 3. That will be on Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you very much, Itro Jimmy, for your in-swing. Hopefully, anytime we call upon you, you'll be ready to give us all the information. Hopefully by then you'll not be moving your teams from one place to the other.
Honestly, this is, I mean, you go to stadiums now to watch games now. So, and by the time we are coming, the game is over, you want to interview the coach, you want to interview some players and all that. And come on, your valuables when they are stolen, what do you do about it? It was nice talking to you guys.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, that was Itoro Jimmy, and our student, reporter all the way from Delta, Bayelsa State. I know you want to hear the news about Edo Queens, but come on, it is what it is.
We'll have more on Edo Queens to come later tomorrow before we move out of the shores of Africa completely because our time is far gone. We just have to give you this one. Zamalek have claimed the African Confederation Cup on away goals after a 1-0 win over RS Bekene in the second leg thanks to Ahmed Amdi first half strike on Sunday. Recall that the first leg ended 2-1 in favor of RS Bekene. But then Zamalek had to score that solitary goal and it ended 2-2, but they had a 1 goal away that helped them claim the trophy.
I think this away goal in Africa is beginning to get
favoring the North Africans.
Absolutely, when they go to their home house, they score a lot of goals
and they pack the buses.
So we'll see how it pans out. But anyway, what does it get to dump a Nigerian team from the competition and not win it? That's a big slide on RS Bekene. But it is what it is.
You must say that. You must say that. All right, let's go on this break. When we return, we'll be moving straight to the foreign scene. But then, man, Mr. Paula, we have so much. So let us know from the foreign scene because it's really geared up to tell us more about Arsenal that we do not know. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the second half of your sports show, Sport Lounge, that reaches you live from the studio of Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. In case you do not know, we are streaming live on our YouTube page. It is a VOP 961 Abuja. That is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. We are also reaching you live from our Radio Garden app, where you can get to listen to us from any parts of the world. You definitely get access to us and see how things are done right here in the studio. My name is still remains my name. It hasn't changed. I am a Franklin Imuna, but you know me as Uncle Fineboy, the sport chef, and I've got the sport bishop, the sport pilot, the sport magistrate, the sport principal, the sport nipper, the sport police, and I've also got Mr. Paul in the building, and all three we have been driving you home in a grand style. But I tell you, in case you missed the first half of the show, get set. The second half is as juicy, spooky, hot as the first. How do I know? This is it.
Away on the edge of his own penalty area. This is Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden! Oh! For Manchester City! Inside 90 seconds, the player of the year shows why he's been worthy of such accolades. Guardiola, difficult one to receive. He's done very well. Haaland. Doku. Is in dreamland. Manchester City's number 47 makes it 2-0 on the deciding day. Some news from North London. Tomiyasu has scored for Arsenal. It is 1-1 in that game. Ward-Prowse with the corner. Kudos! Wow. Hang on! Hold the phone in the title race. We've just had a very big last few seconds. Arsenal equalising in London. West Ham reducing the deficit at the Etihad. City's lead back to 2-1. Bernardo Silva. Rodri! There's the roar! There is the sound, perhaps of Arsenal hearts breaking. James Ward-Prowse. Sending it in. Oh, a deflection, and it does ricochet in. West Ham get another one. City appealing that it struck a hand. That is a bit like Thierry Henry against the Republic of Ireland in Paris all those years ago. Cheers around the Etihad as John Brooks confirms that the West Ham goal does not stand.
Tears all around the hearts of the fans in Etihad. Some tears of pain, others tears of joy. But I can tell you for a fact that it is tears of joy. Sport Bishop, this was not the kind of news that Arsenal fans all over the world would have wanted. But indeed, Pep Guardiola showed why he is the best coach in EPL.
I think you should re-echo that, because some people don't believe that it's not the Man City factor. Is the Pep Guardiola factor. No manager has won it 4 in a row, but Pep has. No team has won it 4 in a row because Pep coaches the team they have. This man has won 6 of the last 7 Premier League titles. And you ask me why it shouldn't be what it is. But for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, I think he's defiant. He kept on saying that the Arsenal would win the Premier League under his watch.
Magic will happen.
He said they could, maybe next year, maybe next 2 years, maybe next 3 years. He can't believe, but I think I need to give you some numbers to tell you how impeccable Pep Guardiola has been this season. Okay, Pep Guardiola has clinched his 6th Premier League title with Man City. He's just the 4th manager to as many as 6 top-flight manager, alongside Alex Ferguson, who has 13, George Ramsey, who has 6, and Pom Beasley, who has 6. Still talking Man City, they have got a 35-game unbeaten in all competition, winning 29 and drawing 6. The longest run by a Premier League team in the English top-flight history. The only team with a longer unbeaten run is Nottingham Forest between March and November 1978 with 40. I'll go on. Man City are the first team in the European top flight to win the league 4 consecutive seasons. It is unprecedented. And then you argue with the Pep Guardiola and tell him, come on, he is the league. The league is him. And then you can say what you want to say about how wonderful Arsenal season has been. Arsenal has broken all the records in a season for Arsenal, number of wins, number of goals scored. But it's one thing they haven't done. Is topple a Man City team coached by Pep Guardiola. Liverpool was in 91 points.
97, 92.
92. They lost the league. 97
was what they
lost this league. Go back to teams like Man United when it was with Chelsea. They lost. Arsenal got 89 points
and still not good enough.
And they can't see. This man is untouchable. He's in his. You see, he's immaculate. That's the word for Pep Guardiola. And I think no matter how you want to see it, there's only one way that any team can get close to Manchester City in the Premier League. It's by Man City letting Pep Guardiola go.
Man City letting Pep Guardiola go. Let me talk to Mr. Paul. We saw Manchester City all through the season. We saw Arsenal all through the season. People said perhaps that the defeat to Aston Villa was what broke the heart of Arsenal, even though they had 8 rounds of matches to play. But people felt that defeat was all that Pep Guardiola needed to topple Arsenal to the title. And here it is. It has happened. But some people say without money, Pep Guardiola would have never been at this level. Do you want to agree that money is a motivating factor for Manchester City to be where they are?
I disagree totally. Like, money is not like the factor. It's the Pep factor we're talking about. He has proven in every league he has been. He did it in La Liga
because they have money and there's no competition.
Really. There's no.
He went to the German Bundesliga. He went to Bayern Munich. Why didn't he go to Mainz 04? He came to England. Manchester United was there. Tottenham also was there. Then we had QPR. They had money, QPR, but he didn't go there. He went to Manchester City because of the oil money. But what are we saying?
I think if it's all about money, I think Chelsea will be the winner of the league.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Chelsea lack management.
I think there's no Premier League manager that can win this Premier League with players like Akonji, players like
Netanyahu, Rodri, and the rest.
Grealish. This is Pep we're talking about. He did it like in the first season. I think most people will write him off. See, you were in the Farmers League. You were doing it in the Farmers League. This is EPA. It's the most difficult. It's the most competitive. But he did it the second season. He won the league with 100 points. Yeah. That's the record. That's the record. Scored over 106 goals. And
they lost. And I will also tell you that there's 115 count charge against Manchester City, against Guardiola, and that is why they are winning. Money is being exchanged behind the scene. Let me talk to one man who likes to jump through the window and enter this. I didn't want to give him the mic because he came late, but for the sake of celebration.
All money in Arsenal fans around the world. We'll let him have his say.
All right. Say what you want to say.
Mr. J, welcome to the show.
Introduce me properly.
I will not. You don't need introduction. Say what you want to say.
Show,
what will happen?
The story would have been different.
What would have happened?
But here I am. I am Mr. J.
Okay.
You know who I am.
I don't know.
A proud gunner.
A gunner.
A proud gunner.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here to clarify.
Proud and trophyless.
And you are
what
gone.
do you mean by trophyless?
You know when you have money and you have money and you're proud, it's different. You don't have money.
See, don't say trophyless. When I say I am a proud gunner, I'm a proud gunner.
Explain yourself, please.
Oh yeah, go ahead and say what you want.
Why are you rating me down?
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry.
I finished second.
Okay.
In the Premier League.
Wow. A round of applause. Wow.
Yes.
You finished second.
How many teams started the season? Where are Man U fans? I'm inviting Man U fans and Chelsea fans to put a call to 070 00 10 961. Let them all the things they are posting on social media. Let them come to me. If we did not start this season together,
it's okay.
Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal is the only team, only club that gave Man City a run. We have all painted Pep Guardiola as Pep's influence, Pep's whatever. to Fine Boy here. He gave his. Why didn't Pep Guardiola go to men's own for when he went to German Bundesliga? Why didn't he go to Aston Villa when it comes to or Newcastle when it comes to?
Why didn't he come to Arsenal at that time? He should have. Because
why didn't he come to Arsenal?
Of
Because
course.
Arsenal is not a big spender. But Mikel Arteta, for whatever anyone would say, I hold him to high esteem because he has turned the fortune of Arsenal.
Wow.
Instead of Arsenal has been known for contesting for top
four.
Arsenal is now a Premier League contender.
Amongst
The 20 teams that contested
after 5 seasons.
Among the 20 teams that
You won
contested
the FA Cup and Community Shield.
that contested for this Premier League, Arteta came second. Is the only one that made Pep Guardiola dig it down to the final day of the season before lifting this trophy. I give it up to Mikel Arteta.
Okay, guys, please let's have your say. I want to get to talk to us. You can talk to us. It's simple. Send us an SMS, a WhatsApp voice note, a WhatsApp message, a WhatsApp call, or call us on 0700 010 961 961. I'll take that again. 0700 010
961 961.
And I also add it that without Pep Guardiola, we all know who Pep Guardiola is.
Okay.
But without Pep Guardiola, which team do you think will stop Arsenal from winning the championship?
Till that time,
Arsenal. When it was not Pep Guardiola, it was Leicester City. It was Arsenal that cost themselves. So
that was Wenger's time. Who has done everything, all the unthinkable. Wenger has done it.
All right.
So which team is there to challenge Arsenal for the Premier League? No one.
And the challenge will go on and on and on, and no one, according to Mr. J, but one team seems that nobody can stop them in Germany. They have been showing a real class, and they have been showing that yes, winning the German Bundesliga is no fluke. They won the Liga with 6 games to spare, and ever since they still refuse to lose. Who will beat Bayern Leverkusen? They are in 2 finals. They'll be playing the DFB Poker Cup final against the Kaiserslautern, and they will be playing against Atalanta for the Europa League. Oh my goodness! Is it time for them to defeat?
In the German Bundesliga, they will be invincible in Europe and in the German Cup if they win it, and they will also be invincible in Europe. Which is a very massive record.
Team has gone all season.
No team has done.
Mr. Paul.
Has gone season.
Mr. Paul.
All
Sport Bishop. Mr. J. Xavi Alonso won his first major title in his first season. Xavi of Barcelona won his first major trophy in his first season.
Absolutely.
Mikel Arteta, 5th season. Is he believing in the process?
They won the FA Cup. Major trophy.
He won a title.
I am talking about the league. I mentioned the league.
For the fact that I am recognized as a registered one.
I'm not taking a swipe at you, okay?
But then, you can't rule out the improvement Mikel Arteta has.
So we're now improving.
We are not going back to Arsenal. We are talking about Bayern Leverkusen.
You mentioned Mikel Arteta.
We're giving an instance.
Nobody gave him the chance to come this far when he was
really firing the studio. But Mr. Paul, I come to you quickly. About Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso, the guy seems untouchable at the moment. 51 games unbeaten
in all competition.
He can make it 53 and he become the first manager in all competition to remain unbeaten in a single season.
And winning the treble.
No team has gone, the longest run is 49, he's made it 51.
That's Arsenal.
We know.
Arsenal did
but
it,
can he go one step further and end the season impeccable?
I think Xabi is in best time of his life right now.
I don't think you have this good anytime again.
So I believe they can do it. There's no team stopping them. No team is going to stop them. No,
Atalanta.
They can't go head to head with.
So you see them win the treble?
Yeah, I see them doing it.
And I don't think it's not against them. I think they've got some good players in Leverkusen. Victor Boniface is the rookie of the year. I must flaunt it. They've got some players who have forced themselves into the national team. Florian Wirtz, Jonathan Tah. You know, it's like good for themselves. And also, it's like
Grimaldo, an absolute left back.
Did you see Frimpong and his mom dancing?
No one expected Frimpong to be doing.
And then a certain Xavi, Granit Xhaka, also won the German.
No, he's always good. He's always been a good player. I know where you are going, but Granit Xhaka has always been a good player.
Your conscience is the thing judging you. I know what I'm saying. You know what you are hearing. All right, so we continue to hope and see how Bayer Leverkusen can go the entire season unbeaten. 2 games to go, and that is into finals. Quickly, because our time is finally up against us, but let's see if we can quickly take this voice note. Yes, a voice note just popping. Let's see if we can take this one all the way from. Let's listen to this voice note.
Hi guys, my name is Franklin from Area 1. Talking about Premier League and Arsenal, I will 99% I will agree with me, Mr. Paul and Bishop, Sport Bishop, because there is always something that will stop Arsenal from winning the league. As you have said, like that Aston Villa game, the moment we lost that game, I gave up because there is no way Arteta will gamble the Premier League for a Champions League game against. Was it Sporting or which team was that made him lose that game shamelessly? You get the thing is so annoying. The center I was watching the game yesterday, sipping the bottle of my drink. I saw so many Arsenal fans having issues, so many arguments. You know, somebody was even trying to fight yesterday, all because of Arsenal. No, now some people should be used to these things. Anyway, as we always say, now we'll go again next season. We'll see what happens. But as long as Pep Guardiola remain in this league, it will be hard. It will be so hard for anybody to come close. The only person that was challenging him was this Liverpool coach, the club that is leaving now. So who will be his match now? Is he Arteta, his apprentice, or Eric Ten Hag of Man U? Come on, Otilo.
Otilo, according to that man, Otilo. Perhaps next season, as now we go again. We wish that we can go on and on and on and on this. But come on, let's quickly wrap up the show. We saw the fight over the weekend, Usyk, and of course, Tyson Fury. Nobody saw these. For me, I didn't believe that it's going to be this flawless. But come on, it was all about Alexander Usyk. You needed to see the combos of punches, jabs, and uppercuts.
Big win for Usyk, big win for boxing. Finally, we now have an undefeated title, but I'm quite sad for Tyson Fury. I'm a big fan of Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. 16 years he went on meeting, but I tell you, age has come. You can't argue with age. For the first 6-7 rounds, he was a better boxer, but as the round began to go, he was almost knocked out. He was saved by the referee, if you ask me.
That's a knockout.
He was saved by the referee.
That's a knockout.
So if you ask me, I think good one for Usyk. Let's see how he's quite young. He's got a future. He just come in. This is his 4th fight in the heavyweight region. We had his rematch for October. I still think Tyson Fury can beat him because all he needs to do is keep him to the 8th and 9th round and punish him.
And knock him
I
off.
am quite speechless for what happened over the weekend. That's the fight between Usyk and Tyson Fury, because anytime, any day, I am a Tyson Fury's guy.
Yeah.
Any day. But it's very, very unfortunate that it happens that way. But then you can't rule out nature in anything we do, not just sports. You understand? Time is counting out on him, and he has to accept it that way. Spirits of sportsmanship. Well, there's a rematch.
October.
Maybe he can.
That rematch is a Tyson Fury to trigger the remark in his clause in that fight, and it's for Usyk to accept. Because
he has no business. He has to accept in the contract.
that is what I'm saying. He has to accept, but it is up to him to still want to delay it. You can say, okay, I'm not ready. I'm going to give you your rematch, but it's going to be at my own pace, because of course he is a defending WBO, IBO, and IBF champion.
He has really done
WC.
well, and I think he should just let
Finally on the show, guys, in the world of tennis, Igor Swiatek, actually you did say it, she was flawless, 6-2, 6-3 over Ariana Sabalenka. It was a master class in her own game.
And of course in the NBA, the holders are dumped out. Yes, Timberwolves has knocked out the Denver's Nuggets 98-90. It's now 4-3 on 4-3 it is on talking about on a 4-3 I beg your pardon in the series. The holders are out. Timberwolves march onto the finals. So that's what it is. What it is. So I'm really happy. We'll see how things pan out, but it tells you that's where we are. Also talking about in the Italian Open, there was also a big win as well for a certain man. Talking about Alexander Zverev, he won his second Italian Open title, beating Nicolas Jarry to claim the second Italian title, winning it 6-4, 7-5 to seal his 6th Masters 1000 ATP win. Big one there for Alex Zverev. But my big question is this lady, when will she keep quiet? Her name is Raducanu. We hear she has pulled out of the ongoing French Open. She said, according to her, we'll quote her, I'm not happy. I want to give my chance to keep fit for the rest of the year. You didn't know you'd be fit since. It's now that you want to be fit. But it is what it is, if you ask me. Yeah. Because for her to win the first ever Grand Slam, and since then, there's been one coach out, one coach in, injury here, injury there. She has failed to replicate that performance since she won the Wimbledon title some few years ago.
Absolutely, unfortunately, this is where we drop anchor on the show because our time is far gone, 5 p.m. on the dot. Come on, it was a beautiful talking sport with you guys, Mr. J. Always, the super sub. Good to have you on the show, Mr. Paul. It was a beautiful moment talking to you.
Good debut, man. Hopefully you keep the run like Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool.
And not bow out. Of course, Mark Bishop, always nice having you. Talk sport.
Absolutely.
Let's do this again same time tomorrow 4 p.m. but 8:30 a.m. bright and early. We will be back on the show Sport Beats to continue doing the Lord's work sportically. On behalf of the sport crew, we want to say we are done and we are gone. God bless, no stress. Adios.
Have a wonderful pep evening.
I dedicate this one to all Arsenal fans. It is called So by Omale. This guy is wondering.
Come on, let's do this.